Hey guys, we're going to create a really sweet and personalized baby gift for baby Aurora. Baby Aurora is due here in April, but we're throwing a surprise baby shower for her parents tomorrow. So they're doing a cute farm thing, and the day on the farm suite is just so sweet to work with. I absolutely adore it, and we've had a couple of fun little interactive floating daisies that are inside, and this is a sweet project. Now, March 1st is Baby Sleep Awareness, and I have an uncle who passed away from SIDS. So in honor of making just some acknowledgement over the many people who've lost children to SIDS, I want to just share this sweet little baby project and give you some fun ideas of what to create for a custom gift. Let's go ahead and do it so now. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell because we want you to create with us all week long, from our Facebook and YouTube lives to this great videos that we put out. I hope you enjoy this as much as I do. Let's go ahead and create this. Okay guys, to tell you how much I love this project is an understatement. First of all, we really love the sweet young family that we're giving this to at our church. They volunteer with us in the Friends Ministry, which is a disabled ministry of which my middle daughter and I volunteer in regularly. So they're expecting a sweet little baby girl in the very near future, and they don't have any family here in the Midwest. They're actually from California as well. So we're throwing them a surprise baby shower, and I wanted to make this craft here with you guys so you can see how quick and easy it is to give a gift with this limited edition Day at the Farm Designer Series paper. So we're taking an 8x8 shadow frame boxed frame picture frame right here. I'm going to set that aside for right now. We're going to need an 8x8 inch piece of basic white cardstock. We're going to take an 8x8 inch of the Designer Series paper, and I've already done some die cutting, or actually I had my youngest daughter because she's going to want all the credit to do the die cutting for me. Our dies that coordinate with the farm set is super easy. It die cuts the stamps as well as the Designer Series paper. Remember, this is a limited edition paper. You want to get your hands on it. We're going to be using the foam adhesive sheets. These are amazing, and we've cut a strip of Designer Series paper from the Day at the Farm to go across the top of this. We're going to be using the alphabet a la mode dies. I love this. First of all, I adore that it has multiples of the alphabets and multiples of the R and other letters like L that you and I, and like that you'll need 2 E's. You'll need these in die cutting. It's a large set, but very versatile and a very contemporary font, which really makes me happy. It's an easy way to craft. So the baby's name is Aurora. Isn't that the sweetest name ever? So what we're going to do is we're going to apply this adhesive foam sheet here. I'm going to roll it back and apply this just like so. I don't need to use the whole sheet, which is kind of the best part of this. So just stick that there. And this is a very sturdy adhesive sheet. I mean, like, super adhesive. Did you see it stick to my fingernail just a second ago? Pretty freaking awesome. Then we're going to take a pair of paper snips or a cutter. I could have cut this beforehand. I'm just going to trim down like this and remove this piece. I do love that our precision paper snips have the blade sharpened all the way to the tips. If you can see those precision tips, they are amazing. I did have a friend, my friend Christine was using them at a class, and she was cutting through cardstock like so and went down into her thumb. So these are just that sharp. Little effort, she shoved right through. So be careful. That's a fair warning. We're going to use my cut and emboss machine to die cut this really quickly, and I did spell it out. Why? It's not necessary in order to spell it. It might be my ADHD brain. It just might be. However, like, I wanted to make sure it would fit across this. This is a very thin and tall script, and so it makes it easy to die cut. Now, if you're interested, and I'll have all these frames and all of these supplies on the description below and on my blog with full measurements and everything else that you'll need. Shopping list, everything. If you're interested in grabbing these with your own discount, it's been an amazing 17+ year adventure for me. So this is Aurora. We're going to end up die cutting this right now. Let's go ahead and do so. To tell you I love die cutting is an understatement. It used to be that we would have to fussy cut these bad boys out, and let me tell you how wonderful it is not to have to. Now, Aurora's cut all the way through. This is a thick thick foam sheet. And so going forward and back just assures that it's cutting all the way through. That being said, if you want to get your own die cut machine, and if you'd like a trendy, really cool boho blue, make sure that you grab the starter kit with us before the end of February, where you can include this or a white mini cut and emboss machine with your kit. And it's a huge savings. And I love this little baby. They're so cute. It would totally have cut that. I just didn't cut the paper down. That is a 3-inch wide strip, whereas the other one is a 6-inch wide. So now we've got it all the way die cut through. I don't know if it's necessary to have gone forward and back to get all the levels, but I did it anyway. Now I wanted to create depth and dimension in this picture frame box. So what I'm going to do is we're going to die cut and fussy cut different levels. Now, I want you to know that when we put this all together, an 8x8 frame or any frame will often go right on top of the image. So you want to be aware of what you're doing when you cut these. Now, is it necessary to cut this all hard? No, I just think it's really fun. It's a great way to add some depth and dimension to your project with little to no effort. That being said, this is for a sweet little baby girl, and they're going to do a cute little farm theme for her bedroom. So we kind of really love this family. Not only are they from where we were in Southern California, they've been out here for university and then like just being here, and it's just wonderful to connect over a fellow service at church. I mean, like, just to know that we're serving with that ministry together has been really fun, and we have a lot of similar interests. And when we talk about different things, we have a deep understanding of one another, from food to whatever. It's just different from the Midwest to California, and there's some things we do miss in California that we don't have here. But then again, when we were back visiting California, we just couldn't get over how much we missed being here in the Midwest. So it's kind of funny how that is. One of the things I love about being here in the Midwest is the open air. It's so many open farms and freedom and just beautiful. It seems like the air is cleaner. I just think it's great. But it was funny when we went back to California, how much we realized we missed the mountains. So I was telling my uncle, he was recently had fallen and gotten injured. So we were talking about my trip and how I missed the mountains, and he nearly teared up, and he said yes, how much he missed the mountains. And you don't realize until you've seen it again, like what you're missing. But in Southern California, there is mountains everywhere. So if you don't know that. Now, where are you from? Comment and let me know. Make sure you let us share in your journey. Now, this doesn't look so impressive, but it will look really neat when you put it all together. So what we're going to do is adhesive this down with the Stampin' Seal Plus adhesive. You see here. This is a very simple project. I love it. So easy to do. Recently, I don't know if I shared the post, but we did a picture frame for her as well. One of my daughter's besties, and we used the same dies and created her custom name. She has a unique name, and I have one as well, so it was kind of fun to gift her with something with the correct spelling of how she sees it. And they do live on a farm, so there you go. There you go. So I think this is going to be really fun. When you put it together and then we put this on dimensionals, it's going to stand and have automatic depth to it. So let me go ahead and do that right now. Okay, so if you saw there, I did add some dimensional to the sheep and the pigs and added a cow. So we have an added depth here. So when you look, you can see it's already having multi-dimensional aspects here. And then we're just gonna grab the letters and we're gonna remove this here. And you might even use like actually I prefer my take your pick tool. Here, we're gonna go in and remove the A here. And you're going to see all the little hanging chads. You're going to want to remove them. And what you could do to get around, because I'm a little bit of an A-type, I'm what we call an A-type hippie. That's the joke with my friends. And actually, one of my girlfriends, she gets it really well. Jen and I were talking. We were talking the other day. Okay, so you can take a ruler and either lay it out, or you can pencil really lightly and then erase whatever you want to do. So if you guys want to take a pencil, I really like the architect pencils, And it's kind of silly. A good pencil is really worth its weight in gold. And so I'm going to pull it down. I think it's going to go over the fair, well, because it's going to cut off the edge. And I want to make sure wherever I place it that I like how it came out. It's going to be right at the top there, Aurora. Okay. And I'm going to use this ruler here. I was going to do the pencil. I think I'm going to put that away and just use the ruler directly. And we're just going to go ahead and assemble this right here. Okay, so if you didn't catch with our adhesive sheets, what it is it's a thicker foam adhesive, and you can put it together and you can cut with the thin dies. I think that's freaking amazing. So when you look at it there, you can see it's adhesive with the dimensional, with the designer series paper on one side, and it's sticky on the other. That really does lend itself, especially with fine and delicate images like this die cut here, anything that's intricate, you want to make sure that you're not fighting your adhesive. Now, I could totally have pulled it off with our multi-purpose liquid adhesive, easy peasy. I could totally have done that, but like it's not worth the stress, right? And then I really, really, really loved these little flowers, and I wanted to incorporate them. I realized I kind of put the sheep down. I might move the sheep. So I'm just going to fussy cut these little flowers. It's from the same sheet of designer series paper, which is a 12 by 12. And then that will free me up to do this. If you guys don't know, I actually lost an uncle to SIDS, my Uncle Edward. And my grandparents were such heroes. I mean, so freaking amazing. They were amazing. They were married during the Depression, and 3 boys, and then they lost one right after my grandmother had a hysterectomy, and it was devastating. I don't know how they overcame everything that they've done. And they were married 2 weeks shy of 72 years. It was funny, my grandfather was not living the most holy of life, and he laid eyes on my grandmother and said that God spoke to him and said that that's going to be your wife. So here he goes, and he walks up to the pastor's daughter, and he says to her, I'm going to marry you. And she laughed. She's like, well, first of all, you're carousing. You aren't living the life that I would live. And I will only date guys that serve at church. And you don't do any of that. And I think she was 13 when he said that to her, and she wasn't even allowed to date. My great grandpa was a very conservative Brethren pastor, and so he gave up all the carousing and the craziness at 16. He didn't even have a driver's license. He drove around with illegally and had to go get that, which is another funny story. And they dated in a group setting, and he stood by and waited for her to get her act together. And then one day she said, okay, I'm ready to marry you. Ooh, I actually really like the idea of additional dimensionals here. So there's additional depth. What do you think? I like that a lot. I don't know if the depth is translating as well on the image that you guys are seeing, but I love the little layers of depth. So because I want it to stand above the sheep, I can double dimension. So what I do is I put one on top of the other, and we are creating this in a shadow box frame. So there's a link for those frames on my blog and in the description below if you're interested. But I just love creating levels of depth. It causes interest and a little bit more of like free moving amongst your project. Here, there we go. And so then we have in the corner, now some of it will get cut off, so you can even raise it a little bit here. The sheep is peeking through with the little flowers in the corner for baby Aurora. Do you love it as much as I do? I know I do. I love it so much. Okay, and then we're going to grab our multi-purpose liquid adhesive. Let me grab this one. I haven't used this one in a while. Let's see. Sitting off to the side. And I grabbed our little resin daisies. Now this comes with one of our suites. It has the greatest little characters in our catalog. It's got, like, you might have seen me do some work with like cartoon looking characters. And we're going to grab my take your pick tool, and we're just going to add some daisies to this here. So let's this is older, so let's see, just little daubs will do ya on the green. We have learned, it's so funny, is that we used to have a yard full of is it dandelions? Dandelions in California. We could never really grow grass because you can't water where we lived. And so, but water is like free here. It's gross. We get so much weather and rain in the Midwest that it's pretty magical. Anyway, we love making dandelion jelly and dandelion tea. So many medicinal benefits, and even adding dandelion and dandelion greens to our salads. That's kind of fun. Though my husband was like, I'd rather have just romaine. I was like, well, there's nothing nutritious to romaine. So of course you would. Oh, there was 2 there. Look at that. I missed that. Aren't these the cutest little embellishments on the field there? I feel like it's missing some up through here. Just a little dab will do ya. Because, you know, it's so cute. I love this. I hope you do as well. Such an easy and quick project, but it's personalized. And we are having a surprise baby shower for her with our friend's ministry tomorrow. And so I don't think many of our disabled friends get to attend a lot of baby showers. And so it's kind of a twofer. And what a blessing it is. Actually, Jay's family is out from California, and they didn't even know that we're doing this. So we're super stoked that they are going to be joining us for the surprise baby shower. Now, this comes together so quick and so easy. And if you were to look at it up close, you should be able to see the levels of depth there. Lots of texture. It's a little free-flowing, and it's going to go tucked inside. So you can see how easy it was. I even personalized signing the back of their frame because Jay and Alex are the sweetest couple, and she's expecting her first baby. So you want to leave little mementos behind. I love when we go through my children's memory books, what we can find there. Now, if you guys didn't notice, I put some daisies in there. So they're kind of free floating. And I thought that was a kind of fun interest there. Kind of just dancing around little daisies. Why not, right? Right there. And it might be something they notice, and it may not be something they notice. I don't know, but I just think it's so stinking cute. What do you think of this cute little frame? Go ahead and comment and let me know. I want you to see that I did tuck Aurora down because I knew this frame would take part of the background. And when it did, it kind of pushed the flowers to bow out a little bit, I noticed, which I actually kind of like. It adds another level of depth and texture. And then if you look, you can see there's levels here, multiple levels, the animals raised, the flowers, the background. Super quick and simple as well. I mean, I can create it when I'm really busy this weekend. I'm house sitting for a friend and getting ready for the shower, and we had a taekwondo tournament. Like, it was just crazy today. So, and I love the free floating daisies. I hope you do as well. Oh my gosh, don't you love how sweet this project came out? I know that I do. From the tiny itty bitty daisies up to the personalized name greeting on this and the 3-dimensional aspects on it, it is such an easy project to create in just a matter of minutes. So this is Jamie with gettingcrafty.net. Subscribe and hit that bell if you haven't, and make sure you join us, and comment. What do you think of this project? Do you want this frame? It's already down in the description below and on my blog. All of the measurements and supplies are as well. I hope that you will join us, and if you haven't already, catch these upcoming videos and make sure you subscribe and join us all week long. And I want to see you, yes, you, next time we create. Thanks for joining us. Have a great day. God bless.